Thank you, Zoli, for reading that message on behalf of Uncle Ibo. I think for all of you that know Dr. Mandaza, he's not a man of few words. And I say that because I hope that the next few speeches that are coming along are maybe not quite as extensive. But nonetheless, we love him and we thank him for representing the family. I'm going to ask now Bulelani Ngcuka to come through and give a tribute on behalf of the Mini family.
Good morning, honorable ministers, former deputy president, my family, the Mini family. Before I make my remarks, as the elder in this family, Kabaze, my nephew is going to do the vote of thanks. But njengendoda enkulu, I thought I must thank you on behalf of this family. We know the role that you have played. You were one of the first people to phone Nancy when my brother died. I know that you drove all the way from KZN to be with us this morning. Siyabulela Kabaze. We appreciate the role that you are playing in this country. You are doing an excellent job. That are trying to yap on your heels. Focus on the good work that you're doing. We know who was with us in the struggle and who was there with us, who fought for the liberation of our people and the restoration of their dignity. So you're doing well. Thank you very much for that. I also want, on behalf of my family, to thank you, Nancy, for loving our brother the way you did, for being umfazi welkhaya lakwamsuthu kokusizalela abantwana abahle kangaka. Siyayibulela ifamily yakho, siyayibulela kakhulu into enzileyo. Uyandi cannot be able to thank you the way we want to thank you. Siyabulela kakhulu. Payakaya, in my house, I have a picture of my mother with Piza's mother. And they are wearing their church uniform. It's in our living room. And this morning I couldn't resist the urge to talk to Nomisa, Piza's mother. And I said it all started with you. And today I'm off to Fourways Memorial Park to bid farewell to Biza and send him off to you. Please, Jolengomo, you must welcome him, take him into your bosom, and pat him at the back and say, "Well done, my son." We thank you, Nomisa, for having given birth to this gallant fighter for the liberation of our people. As I was coming here, Uxhoza Nomgcobo called me and said, "Ncede, I've sent you a message. You must read this message when you speak." She said, "Thank you. Uthixo aninike amandla agqithe ukuqonda. Nisebenze with excellence, giving it You're all ngamandla avela enkosini. God bless you all. That's from uNomgcobo, uXhosa. Now, uBhiza is the second born in a family of 4. Umninawa wakhe uDalubuhle is here. Oh, Timbonanga, sorry. uDalubuhle is here behind me. Nomtshana wakhe lo. uNomgcobo and uNonduva could not make it because we prevailed upon them not to come. We know they are here with us in spirit. They belong to that category we call high risk, like ourselves. So we said, please don't come. And they're not here. But they sent messages. uNonduva says, xa kunjena kuthande uThixo, and he will carry us through this. Ulale kakuhle msuthu. Chai, mzango. Now, returning to my own remarks, I was saying uBhiza is the second born of 4 children. Unyana kaMphamba noNomisa, uNomisa intombi yakwamzazi. He was born uBhiza Ansho village in Middle Drift, phezu komlambo iXesi, which will known by you as Kiskama River. Now, Kiskama River, some of you who have studied history will know the role that has played in our history. Kiskama is named in ngesiXhosa iXesi, which is where we come from. Even a village is named after the river. Now, one might want to know, what does this word iXesi mean? Kiskama was named by Ikoi, is the word Geis Kama. Geis means Pafada, and Kama means water in Khoi. And then iXesi comes from Geis. That's what it's called. It's a very important river, played a very important role. uBhiza drank the sweet waters of that river. Sithi xa sithetha ngala ndawo, amnandi amanzi eXesi akukweshi nadonki. The way the water there is so sweet, even the donkeys don't run away. Mkhai writes about this river and says the following: that is where great events took place. That is where the national trails are. That is where things happened. Here their blood lives to this very day. It is a river of sweet waters. It is a river of mighty waters. Its banks are full of smiles. On its banks, Ngucka in death lies. That's where uBhiza comes from. Now, uBhiza was born by Ulomo, was raised by uNomisa Nomphamba. But as I said on Friday, uBhiza's father was a migrant worker who was based in Port Elizabeth, who came home occasionally. And therefore, the responsibility of raising the family was on the shoulders of their mother. And this is the work that she did with aplomb. She was a wonderful cook and a dressmaker of note. Even my kids had their cycle gear designed and made by her. In today's lingo, we'll be saying she's a fashion designer. This is how she raised uBhiza. My kids tell me that they spend a lot of time there, and the only time they ran away was when uBhiza came back, because they heard that uBhiza was a big soldier of Tambo, and they were scared of the soldier of Tambo. uBhiza didn't have easy, and these kids didn't have it easy. There were many of them, as you can see from the obituary. It was a big family, raised by a single mother. She made a wonderful contribution. So to the extent that we're here today to honor Biza, but also we recognize the contribution that their mother has made, because without her, Biza would not have been who she is and would never have achieved what he has. In an age, it's true. You can find the lily even in a marshy area. Boy's death teaches us a lot today. It's providing us a teaching moment. He speaks to us from the coffin and says, this virus knows no class, no color, no race, no profession. It does not disseminate between the rich and poor, professionals and workers. All of us are vulnerable. His whole life was to promote public health. He sacrificed so much, and having survived exile and everything else that was thrown on his way, he finally succumbed to this invisible virus. If a doctor of his stature, who had access to all the resources the state can muster, cannot beat this virus, what about lowly people like ourselves? And therefore it's important that we take note of what has happened and take this virus very seriously. I do want to say, sorry, just a minute. At the memorial service, I mentioned a number of luminaries coming from our village. Unfortunately, I also left out quite a number for which I have been rightly chastised by a number of people from our village and also by Black Twitter. For example, I left out Dr. Mpamba. I left out people like Duanya and Tele. The latter two were what were then known as the law agents, because the regime at the time would not recognize them as attorneys at law, even though they had the qualifications. And therefore today I would like to mention them, but I'm mentioning them because Utele, who died more than 100 years ago, they were neighbors with Biza, stayed next to Biza's house. On his death, on the death of Ngucka, of Utele, Ngucka wrote a poem about him and said, Kuduka ncede wafa indlala. Now, sorry, just a minute. Just a minute. Thank you. He said, Kotuka ncede wafa indlala. And I would like to say the same thing today to Biza. Lento intyatyambo ziyashiyana ngokuqaqamba. Ezinye ziqaqamba ekuseni, ezinye ziqaqamba ekutshona kwelanga. If flowers bloom at different times, others bloom in the morning, others at sunset. Biza, I want to say to you, uqaqambile mfana kaMphambo. Uliphakamisile igama lako wethu. Usebenzele izwe lethu. Usenzele igama emazweni. waliphakamisa igama lakwethu, waliphakamisa igama lendlu yakowenu. Goduka kwethini kaMphamba, goduka ncede wafa indlala. Siyabulela.